Here you see a radiator that I just took out of a Mercury Villager. Isn't it so pretty? It was leaking right down here. I do a pressure test on it. And, well, actually, I guess it's leaking right here. It'll be pouring out of this thing right there. See how it's wet? These are the tools I used right there. And right there. And right there. And there were a few others. Let me explain this to you, because I didn't have anybody to shoot the video while I was taking this out. So I'm just going to have to explain it. First of all, that's where the radiator sits. As you can see, this little channel. These two little bumpers. Bumper there, bumper there. There is one of the lines for the transmission cooler. Notice I have it pinched off. I don't know if you can see that or not. There it is. A little pinch off clamp there. There's the other one with a pinch off clamp there. Just undo these. I don't know where the... Oh, there it is. There's the... let's see it. There's the clamp. Fell off. You take the hoses off. There's where one was. I'm going to replace this hose, the lower hose, because it looks terrible. This is the upper hose. It doesn't look as bad. I mean, it's not in a great shape, but it doesn't look like it needs to be really replaced. So I'm just going to put... Now, why did somebody leave this on there? This is just down in the middle of the clamp, like a, chokehold on this hose. And they put it on here with a regular worm clamp, but they left this on. Why? Well, I'm going to take it off, of course. But I'm like, why would you do that? Yeah. Okay, so you move this out of the way. This is the fuse box. These are the two connectors that go to the fan. One of them goes to the PCM for, depending on the temperature of the engine, it'll turn it on high or low. This one, I think, goes to the air conditioning system, so that whenever you turn on the compressor, this sends a signal here to turn the fan on, because the fan has to run in order to cool this condenser right here. Now, my air conditioning system doesn't really work, so I'm not sure that that's such a big deal. But I think I'll try and fix it. Maybe. Why not? I'm sticking around with this car so much, I might as well try and fix the air conditioner too next. Every other video will show you, do this, do that, do that. I'm going to have to explain it to you. I don't have a camera person. I'm the only one to shoot the video and do the work. So, once you take all that stuff off, it essentially just pulls right out. Oh, I'm sorry. One other thing. There are two brackets, one here and one here. I already screwed the bolts back in so I don't lose them. But you have to take these two brackets off the top. Once you take those off the top, it pulls right out, which is what it did. It pulled right out. And I took the fan off, which is right there. The fan is held on by a plastic clip that you slide it onto. And then on each side there's like this bracket. See this? This is a sliding bolt thing. So you slide this into place, put this down, and then tighten it up. So there's two of these, here and here. And then you have this radiator, which is, well, old and decrepit and leaks and doesn't work, etc. That's why my car's been leaking coolant and overheating. So next thing I want to do is get out the new radiator and put the fan on. So I'll be right back. Here we have the new radiator. Isn't it pretty? Yeah, it is. All kind of clean and not busted up. Looks great. This is $65 or $68 and change on Amazon.com. So there's my new radiator. Let me unbox it, put the fan on it, and then put it in, and I'll be back. Yeah, isn't it pretty? Notice I have blue gloves on now. Figured out maybe if you wear gloves you won't get your hands so messy. I'll be back. A couple of minor things, not really any big deal. Putting this fan on was not a perfect fit. This was like poking out just a little bit, so this wouldn't, be flush with that. So what I did was I just took a big screwdriver and just kind of pried it a little bit till it popped in place. The result of that was a tiny little crack here, which shouldn't make any difference to the performance. The fan is there. I've got all the two bolts on. It's firmly in place. But just a little FYI, you may have to do some field adjustments to get this thing to work. Second FYI, notice these transmission cooler lines are just two fittings. They don't have the little tubes on them. Well, they included the little tubes. There they are, right there. So what I've got to do is just put them on. But they were attached with a little wire, thing like you hold bread on together, close bread with. Right here, they were just here. So they were, you can see the wire right there. They were held onto this. So if you don't see little tubes, well, you've got them somewhere. So just find them. They're attached somewhere and just put them on. So that's what I'm going to do next. I didn't have a tight torque specification on that or that, so I just tightened it. It was snug and then a little snugger than snug, and I think that'll be enough. I didn't strip anything, over tighten anything. Looks straight enough. I think it should work. I put the thing in the damn car. Well, here's the upper hose. Notice this. That's the original clamp. Now, somebody had put a worm clamp, which was right here, but instead of removing this, they had just slid it down onto the hose. So there was a constriction here, if you can see. And it's like, it's being choked. I guess they could have cut that off. I don't know why they didn't. I use this old thing here I bought at Amazon. I don't use it very often. It's probably not, essential. But it sure works. It'll reach back into some tight places and get these things off. And once you tighten it up on something like this, then you can adjust it. Let me see if I can show you how that works. This little wheel here, allows you to tighten it up or loosen it up a little, make fine adjustments on the clamp so that you can get enough tension on it. It has a toothed gear in it somewhere. I don't know if you can see it. There's a toothed gear down in there. Oh, there it is. All right. And as you tighten this thing, it clicks. See? Tightens it. Well, as you can see, it'll leave a little gap. That's what you use this wheel for. You turn the wheel here, and as you turn it, it closes the gap up and allows you to fine-tune the compression on the clamp. This is like pretty essential if you're way back up behind the firewall or something, or behind the engine on the firewall. This particular thing didn't really need it. There's the where the hose goes under the motor, and here's where it goes onto the new radiator. I'm putting all this stuff back together. This, I'm going to show you the work of Satan, sir and ladies. That is the work of Satan. It's one of those spring ring clamps, wire clamps. It's compressed by this thing right here. Well, when you loosen it, it doesn't loosen. It stays compressed. So I finally got it off, and I couldn't get it back on. I wasn't even going to try, so I just cut it off and replaced it with something you can't see, I'm sure. Where is it? Oh, down there somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. That right here. I replace it with this. So, and my other line, I have this line hooked up down there, transmission line.